Alrighty folks, my name is Octaron and welcome to the poetry meeting in Dalaran, month March 2023, and we will begin shortly with battle announcing. It's gonna take around 3 minutes, so we will see how long it really takes this time. I will see you once battle announces the start. Sit back, enjoy, and relax. Alright, time for the meeting to start. Alright, mateys. It's time for your Q battle. I'm quite curious what the March brought us today. I would say it's marching towards April. It was the shittiest joke I had. My arsenal. Huh. I could probably do worse. Welcome, everyone, to the 141st, I think, meeting ever installment and Dalaran Poetry Appreciation Society. As usually, I will open the meeting with a poem, and then other contributors may take turns according to the sign-up list. And as is tradition, the meeting will conclude with a small firework display. So, first poem of this meeting was sent to me by someone who signed themselves Stivio al Binario. All due respect, that sounds like a spell. Stivio al Binario! and it is titled The Squirrel Poem. This is a sad, cogging poem. You will be lucky if I don't bust out crying. How does it feel? Chew five gum. your your night light, your curling iron, lit up by the sweat of others. For many is today, but not from November to May. The floor is littered with wood chips and apple cores, and hulls of acorns. And there is a chattering sound, because they were squirrels. Real squirrels. And there were thousands, This isn't some kind of metaphor. Light be damned. This is real. Well, that was the poem. But they sent me an explanation too. Cause frankly, it's a little unclear what the meaning is. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Spell did not convey his message well. Well, let's see. Okay then. So, this is what they wrote about this poem. The squirrel poem is basically just a short story. It's just about this guy who becomes suspicious of the power of the distribution grid and he wants to separate himself. That way, separate himself from it. So he builds a squirrel powered generating plant so that way he can be self-sufficient. The problem is, of course, he has all these squirrels and he then has to tend all the squirrels and it takes up all his time and they only really generate enough power to keep the lights on in the squirrel house. Even then they hibernate all winter. Also, this dude has invented this boogeyman in the power grid and he decides to sidestep it by building a squirrel power plant. That ends up totally consuming his life and it doesn't accomplish what he wants it to. So that was it. I'm still confused. A bit odd, but quite interesting. Yes. Yes, indeed. Anyway. First poet of this meeting is Ask. Good evening to you all. I would like to present my poem to you, simply titled A Gnomish Upheaval. In terror she stands before the barbarous truck. She fears the irradiated leper gnome. Still strong enough, she begins the slog. Of gathering survivors in her besieged home. A hexad now falls slain. With green gas slowly venting. No longer feeling the pain. She now resumes her fighting. As her mission comes to an end, none are left alone to die. She finds more she must defend, as she valiantly releases a war cry, withdrawing to the loading room. The survivors being their flight. The contaminating fears begin to loom. Sanitron 500 removes the blight. From Gnome Regan, the gnomes are saved. Against the Drogue, they are slowly winning. With the road to victory, but all but paved. Our hero's journey is just beginning. That's a good one, I like it. Thank you very much. Oh, it is time for the legendary, the one, the only, Zakaria has returned. That is a bit much, but I will take it. Yeah, you sneezy little rascal. Hello everyone, it has been a while since I was at one of these meetings last. So just to remind Bertel who I am, and I decided to write I decided one of my best poems, T.S. This is a short praise about a magnificent behind. There are so many days where I can't get it off my mind. With perfection its ways, an excellent little tosh. When she shakes it those ways, it often makes me gush. The shape makes me drool. I would never give it a pause. I would be a fool if I let go of her arse. A most marvelous rump, a vessel of pure delight. I would be sure to give it a thump and squeeze it real tight. Her round curd behind fill all my wet dreams. A pleasure grind, frustration and screams. Behind and a rear, a tush and a tail, whistle and a cheer. I will end up in jail, just like a horn mutt. I might sound a bit crass, but before I blow a nut, I should marry that ass. Come on, dude. Ah, good one though, as always. Next up is Minnabella Kopperspraak. Well then, let's hear it. Minnabella. Minnabella. Evening all, first time poetry reciter, long time enjoyer of Berto's amazing poet nights. So, I finally got inspired to write a little poem about someone dear to me. Here goes. I have an old uncle who has a pet grub. He would walk it around from his house to the pub. I would come along, all eager and free, and we would wander around town with wonder and glee. He would stop at each stranger, and with awe he would exclaim, "Who are you, and what is your name?" And before the stranger could answer the gnome, the old gnome would leave and onward he would roam. With his grub he called Grubby, he would wander here on, and laughing and joyous I would come tag along. To look after my uncle and grub, 'cause you see, his poor mind was broken, but happy and free. But it didn't matter, we all had our fun, and we would wander round town in the rain and the sun. Meeting new people was strange and absurd, and leaving them baffled without saying a word. I loved my strange uncle and his jumpy old worm, the grub, that would leap as much as it squirmed. Squirmed, I guess. I cherish the memory of those jolly old walks, the laughing, the jesting, the strolling around blocks. Now my very old uncle is not quite as quick, and his grub he called Grubby, not showing his trick. But one day I hope, on a bright sunny day, I will bring along my uncle and walk on away. It's a good one, I like it. Yeah, amazingly cheerful and silly. Exactly. Alright, next up is Masaru and Jenny. That means one thing only. It's gonna be large, it's gonna be a lot. So here is a big old screen for you to read. I'm gonna just do edit mode and hide this one away. No, in combat only. Save, boop, there we go. We have a tale of a hero tonight. We hope you will enjoy it. Because in order to keep up with Jenny, I would have to have quite a lot. So I'm gonna take this as a break.
Oh. Yeah, those squares, those are music notes, as you can see here down here. So don't mind that. Oh, that's it. Good. It was fun. Thank you very much, Jenny and Masaru. Next artistic contributors will be July Softpaw. I'm quite curious, because the only Pandaren from Horde that would contribute I remember as another wall text. Tonight I will recite a very, very old poem from Pandaria. It is called Om Nom Nom Nom. Nom Om Nom. Or in common, the Song of the Whale. There is a valley where dreamers sleep, where flowers bloom and willows weep, where loamy earth springs to life anew, and waters sparkle clear and blue, where every heart brings peaceful ease, and beauty sings on every breeze. Here the sacred pools spring pure. Here seek any who desire a cure. Holy natural powers divine, turn death to life, death to life. Nice. Now I want the Pandaren translation as well. Because there would be only num 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 num.
Oh my fucking god, that's genius!
Another one coming from Bertol that was sent to him, titled Carbon Dioxide, and signed by Karin Elizabeth Dreyer. Interesting name. Almost as if it was written by Karen. Karen. Karen Elizabeth Dreyer. Oops. It was the name, not the poem. Right. Sucking on what's mine. Love is carbon dioxide. Can't say it out loud. I'm afraid to lose it. Their melody is pure music. Pour yourself out of the sea. Soft as syrup over me. Sipping a sparkling tumor. Wish me courage, strength, and a sense of humor. Holding my heart. While falling. In the city the dusk jumps, the magic heaven. When I lay me down to rest, the elves ask me to carry their nest. Holding my heart. While falling. Oh, will you meet me? Hocus pocus. On the other side of my hyperfocus. The first one. Excellent. The second. Came for me by accident. Holding my heart while falling. Wow. You had me on cuddle. Swallowing the butts from the puddle. There is resounding gongs and clanging bowls. There is cats to guide my soul. Holding my heart while falling. Interesting. So I'm trying to see the carbon dioxide part, but it was nonetheless nice. Good job, good job.
That's great! That's what I'm
Last poet for tonight is Hardy Lester. Good evening, darling. This is a part promotion and part poetry. Oh, Didi and Zach, two brave souls, led a group on a ghostly stroll through the woods and past the bogs to the dark moon fair with its eerie fogs. They spun tales of phantom and sprites, of haunted mansions and cursed delights. Whispers hushed, their feet in unison, guiding the troop till they reached their horizon. The moon was full, the stars were bright, as they reached the fair in the dead of night, where spirits danced and shadows played, and the air was thick with magic shade. Didi and Zack had done their part for the group with a brave heart, for they knew the secrets of the fair and how to find their way back if they dare. The poem, of course, is talking about the ghost walk tonight. Tonight at 11 p.m., the two friends, Didi and Zakaria, will be hosting one of ghost walks at the Dark Moon Fair, a little hour or ghastly horror at the fair, something to not miss out on. Oh yeah, I might actually join that. I don't know. We will see. We will see. I thank you very much, Harley. Wonderfully done, and this time even somewhat slow. Thank you very much.
You smart. You very smart. We the best. You a genius.
However, that's it for poetry for tonight's meeting, unless you count firework as a visual poetry.
Yes.
So I think both Bertel and me wish you a lovely, lovely March, and we will see you in April. Now let's see. What date is it? 7th? No, 14th. 14th? Correct? 14th of April. Next time we'll be in Stormwind. Friday the 14th of April. So in the middle of the month. Exactly. I hope you enjoyed and have a lovely March. See ya.